Yeah, all their mages and shit suddenly had urgent business elsewhere. Probably
there is
Alexopolis.
there is a location set up for binding with to where people are going to put stuff for teleportation to.
Absolutely. They have a big binding thing. If you'd like to go bind yourself there, that's great. It's essentially a big circle of concrete looking stuff that they just keep there.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my bind self there? How are we doing? Right. Yes.
Who rolled the 100?
Mr. Alex Kinley.
Was that
the
spell?
Exploding extraordinaire.
And a fumble deck card.
Fumble deck.
You dropped all the shit you were holding. It was embarrassing. Yeah. Then you dropped your cock out of your hand. You're like, oh, it slipped out.
Yes.
It happens.
No. Bum. Alright. Can't cast that anymore because I'm too low on magic points.
So now you guys go to sleep to wake up the next morning?
Yep.
Cool. Is anybody wanting to cast phase on themselves before going out and meeting the world?
Yes.
Go ahead and do so and reduce your hand by 1, Pete.
Yes.
You cured? Yeah.
They actually managed to find a couple of people who picked up minor diseases or eaten some bad shrooms or whatever and bring them to you.
You are cured.
Yay, they say. They have a bard come in and he asks for your previous adventures so he can make a song. Alex cured the sick and the wretched disease, and the man whose penis dripped a yellow liquid was clean, at least for an hour, until he picked it up again, the dirty whore, and then, etc. It's songs like that. So you guys have gotten all your defenses and shit back in working order, and you're pretty much just standing there, and Darius comes in and looks at you guys like, well, all right.
So, am I going to get any magic armor weapons here or what?
Certainly. He gets somebody, gets you some, he says, bring in the Alex Kinley plate mail. They bring it in, and it's got nipples. That's the first thing you notice.
What?
It's got nipples, like the Batman thing, and it also has various sayings and stuff, like "I'm St. Patrick, bitches" and stuff like that into it. And yeah, it also like on the buttocks, it's like "dad ass," and stuff like that.
I'd probably be chapless.
And the cod piece is extra large. It's and it's very shiny. And one of the vambraces says, pain is coming. And then the other one says, please wait in line for pain. Stuff like that. It's pretty much just ego armor at its best. It's shiny. It sparkles a little bit. It's the best armor you can get. It moves you 2 places instead of just the one. It's wildly impractical to wear around anywhere except for here, but by God, it'll do you good. And it doesn't really encumber you or anything. I mean, it takes like a couple people 15 minutes to get you into it, but once you're in it, you're good. You're good for a while, sure.
Do you have any magic armor equivalent to what the doc's got?
They look at the doc.
I have the chain that's 2 removed, shiny.
Oh yeah, sure. They get you some. Actually, they've got some that's just here's some indestructible wood-looking stuff that kind of it looks like shitty samurai armor. But it's very light. It's bad in that it's not like flashy looking or cool looking. It looks like some kid said, "I'm going to make armor out of wood," but it's also indestructible wood, and it's lightweight. It does click together sometimes, but it's not as noisy as like plate mail and stuff. I'm not saying plate mail is like strapping pots to you and shit, but this is a little bit quieter.
I am going to be like right back in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Order food. Mm-hmm.
Order food.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need to make a path right quick so the guy can bring food to the door.
Ooh.
There was a snowstorm. I'll be right back.
I was like, the fuck is he talking about?
I said, just throw it.
I'm open. I'm open. So it'll be YouTube versus the thing, and let him know how it went later. Nice. Let's do that. I just want to get something done because you guys are as tooled up as you're going to get. Oh, they have magic weapons. Do you want a magic sword? Oh, Alex, we also have a magic shield, a magic lance, and a well-trained horse for you to ride.
Does it ride on water? Does it run on water?
Once.
And not very far, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Quit.
Fuck it, the landlady's being useful. She's doing it. So good.
Weird. All right, good. Well, let's see.
Do you have any large magic daggers?
Dagger.
Blade about this.
You want a D6 dagger is what I'm guessing.
No.
Yeah,
D6 dagger.
D6 dagger.
Oh, I wonder. Well, if we potentially need magic items to hurt it, my cookery, while it's a mastercraft, cookery is not magic.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a luck roll. Lower is better to see what kind of magic knives they've got, because magic lance, check.
Yeah. I know, just on the off chance.
Sure.
Luck.
Right.
Minus 30.
Yeah, you get a nice. It's a poignard. You know what that is, yeah?
Yeah. Use
Big
for fencing and stuff, and
No. One for downed knights.
Okay.
For downed knights, when night falls down, then like the squire jump on him with this fucker and stab the shit out of him through the vulnerable areas.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, poignard. Right, you guys are ready. Anybody else need any magic weapons? They're happy to give them to you. Bring them back. Don't bring them back. It's all good.
Pull me up.
Sure. They give you a magic one-handed sword, magic lance, magic shield. They have a rock that it looks like a little meteor that goes around your head, round and around and around. It doesn't do shit, but it does fucking annoy the shit out of you. Yeah. So,
you know what? Instead of the horse, do you have a well-trained farter?
No. If you sit on them, they fart and slowly deflate. But actually, we might be able to get a couple of them to it. We do have rhinopedes. If you want a rhinopeed, we've got a rhinopeed.
No horses?
Something. Giant insect. Where was I riding a giant insect? That was here, wasn't it?
Yeah. They bring you guys over to the rhinopedes. Yeah, of course. Everybody can ride a rhinopeed. They're giant, they're like huge millipedes that smell of dead flesh, like dead carcasses. They just reek. They don't like the direct sun very much, or lots of different areas. But here on the plains, they pretty much, you can sit on them and they go until it starts to get light out. They'll go through the night. So they're great transport here. But they don't like water at all either. They like dead carcasses. But as far as the farter goes, give me a luck roll, Matt. Lower is better. Maybe
What?
somebody's been the well-trained farter. They
Well,
send out word.
I don't think they're going to work if they don't like all water.
No, that's the rhinopedes that don't like light or water. The farters are different.
Is this for the horse that can walk in water?
No, this is for the farter that can fly over the water.
Right. I got it at negative 30.
They've got one that people have been sitting on a while. It doesn't have a lot of combat experience, obviously. Some people ride it around for fun because it's, and it's a giant, big farter. The guy doesn't talk about where he got it from, but this is like on a scale that's like, it'd be like seeing a 3 times size cow compared to regular cows and wondering what's up. But the farmer doesn't say where it came from or anything.
Okay.
But it's big enough for you to ride. He's like, if it gets killed, then he looks at Alex Finley and goes, "I'll be sad."
Well, I don't want you to be sad. Maybe I should take the horse that walks on water.
We don't have a horse that walks on water well.
Yeah, that's what he said.
We have one that can try.
That's good enough.
They give you a nervous looking horse that just fucking knows it's gonna die soon. So Darius goes, now, as I mentioned before, we had a half dozen guys that went up against this. Best magic weapons, they didn't seem to do shit. Best magic armor, it didn't seem to do shit. And they just went straight at it and all died. So hopefully you've got a better plan. We don't know how to fight these things, but we will have many scholars watching this from a distance.
Now, explosives is probably not going to do anything.
We don't know, but
Just
we
make
do know
lots
that
of little
Alex
ones.
Kinley can kill anything.
So, how are you thinking of luring it onto shore?
Everybody looks at Alex Kinley, including some guy who's just walked in, was like, Darius. He looks at Alex.
When you guys have fought it, has it like come after you guys? Or...
Oh, it's highly aggressive.
Right.
So given chase.
Getting it out of the water. Well, we definitely didn't go in the water before, but being on the land just seemed to piss it off. As hitting it with a mace, shooting it with an arrow that was on fire, all these things just pissed it off.
So,
In fact, it didn't seem to get injured from anything we did.
not even, and the fire mages haven't tried fireballing it or anything, have they?
No, we could ask them if they were here, but for some reason they all suddenly had business elsewhere. Maybe they started their quest for magic early.
Magic, yes, maybe.
Magic. It's possible. I don't know.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is we whack it a couple times, see if our weaponry works against it, and if it doesn't, we run away.
Well, there's a little problem with that, he says.
Okay.
Some of our guys tried to run away, but this was significantly faster than the fastest sprinting man.
Yeah.
Huh. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So running doesn't seem to... and plus a lot of people went insane when they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
That happens.
Yeah.
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 Everybody looks at him, including some guy who doesn't know what's going on. He just walked in. He was looking at Alex. Now he looks over at him like, and he has no idea what's going on.
All right.
All right.
I'm concerned that we need some way, some smart way of damaging this thing.
Yeah, maybe we should investigate before we rush in blindly.
Yes, but where would we gather knowledge on such a creature?
We don't know, but it's definitely messing
someone
with the
who
fishing.
keep one as a pet.
Do you have any sages or anything?
Yes, the mages were sages, but they seem to have left for some reason.
And they didn't seem to have an idea of how to harm it?
No, but we can't really cross-question them now, I'm afraid.
Can I make
Yes.
a Cthulhu Mythos roll?
Yes,
Mm.
on
Yes.
how to harm it.
No, I have no idea.
Excellent.
Can we use actual memory
Yeah, of course.
from previous campaigns?
Sure. Although I'm not saying it will or will not work on this.
No, but Justice Swift had a pet Shoggoth.
Hmm.
And he used to use
Ooh,
electric cattle prod.
failed by 1.
Yeah, but that really just pissed it off. It didn't really hurt it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it kind of kept it in line at least.
Right. It was probably painful. Like
I don't
I
think it-
remember using fire against it,
Yeah.
against him a
That's
lot.
quite a good bet. I would try my Cthulhu Mythos, but I don't know what it is. No, I don't think that's going to make it. No.
Oh, says Darius, and we believe, we're not certain on this, but we believe it regenerates. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if that's
of course.
important, he says.
Mhm.
So you're sure the archer that fired the flaming arrow, even though it might not have done a lot of damage, did it not react to the fire? Did it
No,
not squeal or?
no. It seemed to not. It didn't even bother to put out the fire that was on it.
Have you spoken to any of the other people of this land, like the Driders or the Flying Folk or whoever else, to see if they've encountered this sort of creature previously?
No, but if you'd like to do so, perhaps that would be wise before taking it on head on.
That's what-
We would hate to have Alex minorly injure himself or you two to die.
It's more of a minor convenience. Which of course you wouldn't want.
They all nod.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, do we
Just
want to try?
Get into combat with it and try to leave, and you can't, doesn't mean that it's gonna. Well, never mind. So this is some random guy. It's the same one who keeps talking. He's like, I'll just. He begins backing toward the door.
Are we 100%? Do you have so people have seen it that are still alive?
Well, yes, we do have one guy, but he's quite mad now.
Ah, that's okay.
They bring him in.
Bring him in.
They have dump him on the ground in front of you, and he goes, "Aha!"
Calm.
Roll your spell. He's rolling to bite you.
Calm.
Is that round 2 there?
Yeah.
He gets in there, bite right. Now he's got the fumble deck. All right. So what's read calm for me while I
From
find.
sunset to sundown, it basically calms an insane person.
Oh,
I suppose makes them kind of rational for.
he calms right down and he lays on the ground looking up at you with awe, and he goes, Alex Kidley.
Of course. Now bring me a sketch artist.
Yes, sir. He begins crawling off.
Oh, no. Like someone else.
Oh, right. They bring you in a sketch artist, and he goes, "Hello.
Right.
I'm ready to serve in any small way that I can, Mr.
Of course.
Kidley. Know that
Now, sure.
yes, sir.
Right. Now you describe what you saw to him.
Wait, hold on a second. Do you have any paints?
Oh.
I primarily do sketches, but I can.
I don't care about you. Just like in the village, is there paints
Oh.
anywhere?
House paint or what? Says the guy.
Like painting. Like I'm
painting a
gonna
picture.
draw.
Oh,
Right.
they bring you your it says LIL Rembrandt, and it's got like a cartoon character of Rembrandt on it going, oh, and yeah, it's a painting set. They
Alright,
said
cool. When
canvas
he's
with stuff.
describing it, I'm gonna try to paint it because I want my painting skill to go up.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm just wondering if this one could be similar to a Shoggoth, but might not actually be a Shoggoth.
He says they're usually invisible, but they have a hunger for socks. The only way to get them to stop eating the socks
the
is to
waste of
put them
time.
in a catapult.
Oh, shut
And
up.
then you fire the catapult and they all go away. And that's the only way to get rid of the rats. Patagonian, morpho, sock-eating rats.
We're not talking about rats.
Oh, sorry. What did
We're
you
talking
mean?
about the big thing that made you go insane under the waterfall.
Oh, that was fucking horrible. His eyes.
The one that keeps saying Tekalila.
Oh, that. Yes, yes. He says,
Hail Sion.
hell. It had eyes and mouths, and it was gibbering, and it was like plasticky, but it wasn't plastic. It was something horrible, and it floated in the water like a big ball, and it did say Taki Lee, Taki Lee, Taki, Taki, Taki Lee. Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's something.
He describes it some more, and the sketch artist attempts to make a, ooh, yeah, sketch artist is not bad. He's like, there is this, and he shows you this fairly horrifying thing of like all these drooling mouths with eyes and such. That's it. That's it. Only the morpho Patagonian sock-eating rats. They're worse because that's why you're always missing one sock.
Okay, I suggest you look this guy up. He's only got about another 23 hours of insanity.
Do you have any shoe brushes on you? That would help.
Oh, he says, oh. And Darius goes, take that man, lock him up, and give him 2 shoe brushes. Thank you, Darius, he says, and he's drug off. If you'd like to scream, says one of the guards while we're dragging you away, feel free. He goes, ah! They drag him off. You are wise in the ways of Patagonian morpho sock-eating rats, says Darius to you. I have no idea what those are or how you knew shoe brush. Wait, are those real? Ah. All right. Well, so now that you've painted, he looks at it.
Well, no, it's good. We've got now a description, so if we do go to, say, the Driders or whatever, we can say, this is what's guarding.
Cool. Chris, did you make your painting?
No.
Excellent. If you'd fumbled, that'd be better. I'd have had you paint Darius nude. So, right.
Resists the horror.
So, that'd have been a fun scene. All right. And yeah. So Darius is like, all right, well, you've got the excellent sketch here. The sketch artist presents it to Alex Kinley.
Well done, Mr. Sketch Artist.
Why, thank you. Let me just go on to say that I appreciate being given the opportunity to serve you in even a small way. My pencil shall always be at
Full
your...
of lead for Alex Kinley.
What?
Full of lead for Alex Kinley.
I was going to say at his service, but yes, either way, I'll be going then, shall I?
Yes, please.
I'll be right back.
He goes off to wherever and has a good squanch.
Yeah.
I was talking to Alex Kinley. So nasty.
Zenroll for Alex Kinley.
Mm-hmm.
So
So did you want to go?
we need to do a round trip.
Yeah.
From the swamps, go doing the lines for the lizard men, talk to these guys, come back and fight the big monster in the whirlpool. Why not?
He says, how would you like to travel? Because traveling by land takes a long time, but do you know how to boat? Boating is much quicker.
Yeah.
Don't you have big
great.
nasty creatures on the water?
Well, there was one. It's this Kraken thing, but then
And it got released. Yes, we've heard all about it.
what? He frowns. I don't know about release, but it's definitely.
You've not released the Kraken?
I have not released the Kraken. He looks at Claire. Have you released Kraken? She goes. So
Yes.
she hasn't released the Kraken. He says, trying to save it.
Right. Okay. So should we travel to the lizard men first and try and start a?
What sort of boat is it?
They ask, what kind of boat would you like? They are fucking versatile. Any kind of boat you'd like. They were going to give you like a one of those like hide boats. It's very lightweight that the Canadian trappers used to use, where it's kind of a little bit wider, and the reason is because it's easier portage. Like if you got carried around some shit, and it can hold enough gear for you three. You know, food and all that stuff.
Yep.
That's what they were going to give you. But if you want something else instead, they're happy to go with that.
Do you have any land yachts?
We really don't have flat enough ground for those.
Okay.
We'd need something flatter.
We traveled with the Dryaders in some land yachts for a while ago.
Wow, over the plains?
Yep.
We will look into that. We don't really know much about them, but we'll look into it. And that's how 3 people died later. So, yeah, they will work on that for you. The river is quite fast going downstream.
Yeah, so would we be going against? Sorry, I wasn't sure if the marsh was. I assume the marsh is upstream, not downstream.
No, the marsh is downstream.
Oh, okay. Some reason I thought it would be upstream, as in more towards the mouth. The beginning of the river, as opposed to the mouth.
No,
right.
There's other weird stuff.
Makes sense. It makes sense that it's at that end either. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, canoe, big canoe thingy with supplies.
Yep. Are you eating unhealthy food, Chris?
Mm-hmm. What?
It's just strange and shocking. Have you reverted to your old evil ways?
I'm on a carb up right now.
I don't know what that
means. If I continue eating the same way, your body gets used to it. So you have to fuck it up sometimes. And so then I can go back into it, and then I'll start losing again.
I'm glad you know what you're doing. So, yes. They prepare the canoe and such, and prepare for a big send-off. You're asking...
Sorry, no, I think you were about to ask what I was about to ask.
If there's anything else you would like?
Yes, I was going to say, Alex, did you want to have any guides or trackers, or didn't you used to travel with some people?
Oh,
Alex Kinley fan club?
Not the Alex Kinley fan club.
Oh.
By the way, they offered to trade out your good armor for some like leather type armor. Anybody who's got metal armor, they offer like some leather armor that's magicated and shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, great. They take all your other stuff, give you guys all magic armor. It's still the same amount of protection, but it's not nearly as pretty as Alex Kinley's nipple armor.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys says, Mr. Kinley, would you like a nipple ring in one of the nipples of your armor, or in your actual nipple?
I think both.
Cut to it, shows him laying out there, and the guy's like installing a nipple ring as you guys watch. And Darius is like, most people ask for, different kind of things for helping them on their journey. I didn't see this one coming. I really didn't.
And enlarge the cod piece of it. I think it could do with being bigger.
If you're still able to walk with it, they tell you.
I didn't think it had a cod piece on to begin with, but
yeah,
well, yeah, it's articulated. So, Right. And so you guys are going to be in the boat. Now, the good news is, since you're going downstream, only one person needs to roll boating in order to control the boat. I'm personally looking forward to it, seeing it smash against something and then submerge and you guys swim back to shore.
McKay is right that we should try and take a couple of, take and spare a couple of trackers or people that know the land.
There's nobody that knows the land. These guys are refugees, not adventurers.
But when Alex was traveling, didn't he have some people
Oh
come?
yeah, Hornsby. Hornsby hasn't come back yet. He went the same direction as you guys are. You're told if you find him, make sure he's okay because he's off looking for. He went somewhere east looking for more resources because he's like. He's a geologist, miner, explorer guy. So yeah, Hornsby, you traveled with him plenty, he tells Kinley. So if you see him, and I think his wife misses him. He looks at this one like teary-eyed woman. So
Off we trot.
Alex,
yeah, assuming they've given us supplies like food and stuff and rope and
as much as the
various
boat safely carry.
Good.
Yep.
But now a little bit on the river. This is a huge muddy river that's over 30 meters wide. Although it's not particularly fast, swimming is not advised due to it's really cloudy water, and it's swift enough that if you were to try to swim upstream, you would slowly go downstream.
Do they have any spare blue or red pots?
Blue or red pots? Oh, potions.
Yes.
Let me see. Roll low. They don't know what those are.
Okay. You know, like a healing potion and a regenerate magic point potion, regenerate magic energy potion.
It says healing.
Yeah, all right. What about healing balms or something? Or
Bombs. Yes.
yes, right. Okay.
Yes.
So we need first aid kits, is what you're saying.
They give you a first aid kit. There you go. Right.
Have you been growing any decent tobacco?
The decency is not good.
Yeah,
They give you some shitty dried tobacco leaves. There you go. That'll keep you busy.
Did we want to take anything to trade with the lizard man?
Refill your hand, Pete. The
Since
look
we're
of it.
doing a first contact type thing. Actually, I'm not going to draw any cards because at this stage,
Very well.
I think we're all got decent cards at the moment. So,
Oh, sure.
isn't it?
Excellent. Are you guys? You have trade goods now. Is there anything else you'd like before you go?
We've got to think of specific things. I mean, I think like lizards, so like bugs. Take some big bugs, something tasty for them.
They might be meat eaters, for all we know.
Scale polish.
They might. Oh, actually, because they're in the swamps, they're quite possibly fish. Some different fish or something.
Stuff that will polish up their scales, nice and shiny.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
they might want beads and blankets or weapons, or who knows? We don't. That's the problem. Unless these guys have been spying on them, we've got no idea what sort of society they're in.
True.
These guys don't even know about the Birdmen very much, and the Birdmen are some of the first people who greeted them.
I've met Birdmen.
I suppose the big thing's going to be how we communicate with the lizard men.
Don't worry, Alex Kinley can speak the language of everything. He even knows the language of the birds.
The annoying thing is though, I need to have babblefish early, that's right away.
Well, there you go then.
So I've got a 20 writing skill. Yeah. Come on, man.
All right.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
There you go at last. So, who's doing the boating roll? Only one person.
I have several different boating skills at various levels. I've got small boating at professional.
This is small boating.
I only know sailing.
So if either of you wish to assist with occasional paddling and controlling the boat.
I don't assist.
Small. What? We're trying for a small boat.
Yes,
Yes.
small boat.
No.
Those fuckers.
Yeah, make it.
Oh, wow. You see money change hands as you guys smoothly pull out and head down. Looking guys giving money to other guys. Right. Cut to you guys head down the Mar River for many hours and into the swamp where it gets much slower. Once you're in the unnamed swamp, you can either go to more swamp or toward the Lizardmen village. It's a very simple bubble map here, basically.
Guess we go to
Unnamed swamp. Then there was more swamp or lizard village, lizard man village.
Yeah. I mean, you can go explore the rest of the swamp before going to see the Lizardmen if you feel like it, or you can just go straight.
We could do that.
Rampaging for the clitoris.
Kind of like make the circle, you know.
The circle of life?
Yes.
So is that yes for the circle of life?
Yes.
Very well. Right. You guys head over, and from more swamp, you can either go to village or wait, no, what's that? Some sort of temple thing on the edge of a big fucking lake. Let me give you some pictures on the temple. It literally is built up right on the edge of the lake, like swamp, and it's like you can walk on the ground swamp. It's not all water and stuff. Fortunately, your boat is light enough and Alex is strong enough that you strap the entire thing and all the shit you're carrying to his back and poke him with pointed sticks in order to get him to move it from A to B if you need to.
A stick with a bottle of whiskey tied to it, up over his head.
So much faster that way.
Bro.
So fast. Let's see. And there it is. I was already on the right page. Damn. Okay, so down in the lower right side of the page, it's so fucked up. Let's see. It's some sort of temple. That's what the stone blocks look like.
Yeah.
And here's what the door in looks like.
Quite welcoming.
Yes. Yes, it is. You can literally take your boat out of the water and put it on the ground so that it doesn't wander off if you feel like it.
So is it to that scale, as in the little tiny people?
No, you can walk like a 8-foot tall person through that fucking mouth.
All right, so it's not like it's 300 feet tall doorway.
No.
No.
Was this the deep one thing you were talking about, Doc?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh.
On the outside, there are some markings and stuff that are why you think this. They're worked into the big crude stone blocks and stuff that make it. Doesn't look like any mortar was used in this or whatever, just big heavy stone blocks.
Oh, look at that. Oh, crap. I wonder if the lizard men are actually deep ones.
Take a card, Chris.
and not yes.
Awkward. Let's see. Other places to go from here, just FYI. Let's see. Either back to where the lizard guys work or the lake itself, which
So-
I call Lake Wrath. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your little island in the middle.
There are several islands, actually. Small islands. Yes. Some of them may be familiar to you, sir.
I wonder if there's any giants or cyclops out there.
Maybe worth taking a look.
Is there any
You've
wolves
been
out
here.
there running around and then like chilling in one spot for like a minute or two?
Could be. Could be.
Well, probably not a good idea to go into this right now, especially if we don't know if the lizard people are actually deep ones, because this is their temple. They probably would not be very happy that we go chilling, go check inside there and rampage through it.
Yes, I don't think they would be happy. I agree with you. Alex, come back.
Did you want to go in there, Alex, and take a look around just to see what it looks like and shit? Get some descriptive stuff? Oh. People like it when you go into their sacred temples, jump on the altar, and yell at your St. Petra.
Dump on the front door.
All right. So, where to?
Continue looking through the rest of the swamp as we make our way to the village itself.
It's pretty much the high points of the swamp. Like I said, This is awesome and skipping over all the uninteresting bullshit.
I like it.
Just go to the village then.
No problem. You guys head over to the village of the lizard people. And plot. Interesting places. There it is. Right. You guys get over there. The village itself is not of deep ones, but crocodile-headed people. They're about 1.5 times as tall as you guys. It's primitive looking. It's surrounded by a palisade, and it's right on the water.
Are these the same crocodile-looking people that we've met before and traveled with in the desert?
Very similar. Yeah. Did you learn their language when you were traveling with
Yeah,
them?
they spoke Arabic, I think, and we communicated with them. Was it Latin in the end, Doc, that we could communicate with them in?
I don't remember.
I think it was Arabic they spoke. I can't recall.
Now, I would like to point out that
Oh, no, it was at Mandarin that we spoke to them in.
these guys look much more throwback than those guys did.
Yeah, but they look similar, so hopefully the language situation might be similar.
When you guys are coming, the village has plenty of time to get ready because trying to make any kind of rush speed in the rowboat type thing, not really happening.
Yeah, no, I think we're trying to make ourselves look as less threatening as possible.
Cool. They have a horn powered by a full airbag of a farter, which they'd remove from the farter, that makes a loud farting noise. And let's see, the horn blats like a loud fart, and eventually the gates of the wooden palisade open as you guys are pulling up onto the ground. They're trying to choreograph it and stuff for you. They have people to help you out of the boat and like tie it off and stuff like that. And then they have their king come out in a procession with many warriors and such in retinue. The creatures are powerfully built and have a tail. You can't.
Oh, fuck's sake. Which one of the three of us is going to have to fight one of their bloody guys? I'm looking at Chris.
Perfect. You can't tell if they're male or female. They dress in loincloths and such. After more ceremony goes on and the king approaches you guys and such, then he gestures out both of his human-like hands and goes,
Peace among nations.
he seems
bow.
satisfied with. He ignores the bow and he nods at Alex Kinley.
Oh.
Apparently, this is the correct gesture.
Who was here first?
And he says, Rick,
What?
Rick.
Do we understand the language?
I just said the one word, so it's hard to say. He says, Rick.
I literally can't hear you because my ears are blocked up.
Rick.
Rick. Ah, Rick.
He nods. He nods.
Oh God.
He said he tries speaking in it sounds like kind of a basic Arabic type thing to you. Arabic.
Yeah.
Is that a fumble?
No.
Oh. It sounded like something like, I will have your bowing guy fight my biggest warrior. Or something.
Yeah, sorry, I don't
I
understand.
think you're right, Alex.
Alex, it all is up to you now.
I go like this. I gesture for the guy with the, or whoever's carrying the gifts to come forward and lay them in front of the king's feet.
Ah, excellent.
You're carrying the gifts, Alex.
Oh, me, I'll do it.
He gestures at himself and the king raises it. Okay. The king and his entourage look very, very impressed with the amount of gifts. He says something in lizard or crocodile-headed lizard man to one of his other people. Everybody can try that.
I fumbled that.
He says, "Soon we'll have our largest warrior kill the bowing one, and then the ceremony shall be complete."
I get lizard man.
Excellent. Take a check at it. He says, "These are polite people who know how to give good gifts. We like them, and we should have our strongest warrior fight the bowing one."
Yes.
It appears in the court. They have a couple of the crocodile-headed guys come over, and they gesture to your weapons and then to the ground, Chris.
Huh?
It looks like you do need to fight. Apparently, the bowing is a bit. Yeah, they want to fight you.
So I don't have any apparent weapons though.
Oh, they wish to guide you to. It looks like. Imagine if somebody took a bunch of logs and vines and tied them together in a large dome thing.
Blood. Thunder.
And all the
Is there a primitive sign above it that may or may not say Alex Kinley's?
it doesn't have the sign yet, but you're pretty sure that his trademark thing.
This shit is copyright.
So right, the king and whatnot, you were sitting on his right hand side. He's assuming that the guy who gave all the gifts and is able to communicate with them is your guys' chief for some reason, and that the other guy is going to be the sacrificial bitch. So yeah, they people are all now crawling around on the wooden structure and whatnot of this thing, and watching as Doc Fulton is in there, and they bring in this dude who is at least twice as big and maybe 4 times as heavy as Doc Fulton, who carefully leaves all of his weapons with others and stuff, and he's doing the like cracking his back and all that stuff, and preparing
Good
for
luck,
the
Doc.
fight.
I'm looking around for weapons now.
Oh, there's none. It appears that these guys are used to fighting with, hand-to-hand weapons.
Oh no, I'm on.
It would be dishonorable.
Take a card. So, yeah, and the enemy lizard bows, and thinking that Alex Kinley speaks perfect lizard man, the chief goes,
Yes.
he signals to the thing.
What did you say?
Oh, did you make your roll again?
Yeah, he did.
He says it will only be until one of the fighters submits. Do you agree? And you said yes. All right.
No, it's only to submission, so don't die.
Okay.
Don't kill him.
Oh yeah, don't kill him.
Wow. All right, and we go for Doc's dramatic solo
Can I
combat.
start doing the music, please?
Dun, 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 dun. Right. Villains are first. Attack is approved. He is going to attempt to come forward and grapple you.
I'll dodge that shit.
It's kind of sucky, you think. But you dodge aside. Do you have any haste cards or whatever, or should we go to the next round?
Next round.
Next round. Villains are first, heroes are second. Nothing is approved. Right. He is going to attempt to grapple you because if at first you don't succeed, are you dodging?
Yeah, because I'll punch, but I'm not going to fucking grapple this guy. Fuck that.
Right. You managed to dodge again?
Uh-huh.
All right. The chief goes, sha, 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 sha. Fucking damn lizard for this whole adventure. He goes, the run like a little girl strategy. I am familiar with this from our children. And
Yes, King. You have to realize that our warriors strike hard and fast.
Next round, villains are first. Posing dramatically is approved. Alex, take a card. Pete, take a card. And right, let's see. The bad guy, he is going to just try to knock you down so that he can grab you.
All right.
Yeah, he flails ineffectively at the air.
All right. What's approved? Oh, dramatic pose.
Posing dramatically. Yeah, good.
All right, I'm going to punch him. We got to fight that Shoggoth later, right?
Reduce damage die by one size. He has scales. He goes, "Wah!" And he goes, and cocks his head to one side like, what was that? And we now go to next round. Villains are first. Attacking someone with an unusual weapons approved. He's going to try to grab you again. Dodge?
Yes.
Think. Ha-ha, he says, grabbing your head.
No.
Excellent. He's got hold of your head with huge hands. He's
Oh, no. I dodged. Like, no.
Oh. Got it. Okay. Yeah, palm your head like a basketball. Next round.
Was that their idea of submission?
You're not really sure. Heroes are first, villains are second, and the police show up to arrest him. The guards interrupt the thing and they take him away because he's been accused of rape, apparently. So that ends it. And very confusing end as you look around. There's some scattered laws.
I mean, that's something. A very bad boy.
They just take him away. He's like, oh. When Lizards comes over and grabs your wrist, Chris.
Uh-huh.
He goes,
oh my god. Tell Pete what happens.
When you get back from going to the bathroom in game, you come back and there's no sign of the big lizard. You see another lizard, a smaller one, holding up Doc Fulton's hand, like, winner.
Okay.
And presently, the king is like, all right. And the king says to Alex, who for some fucking unknown reason seems today to be able to speak lizard man perfectly, the king says, "You must come and dine with us now."
It would be an honor, king.
Ah!
Who knows what they're talking about?
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yes, you guys are eating, and you notice that the croc guys, they like to lay around with their mouths open, and then these birds come, and the king tells you that they are sacred birds. They're like white birds, little ones. They come and they're cleaning their teeth and stuff, and this appears to be the hobby of the
oh, cool. Open my mouth. Ah.
It is fucking painful as shit. You're like, ah! It just it's like going to a dentist and having them drill in your gums for fun.
I still do it.
Give me a willpower ×3 roll to just fucking tough it out. Like, yeah.
No.
You fucking bit one of the sacred birds. They're like, you should not do that, says the king. You're like got blood coming down your mouth, and there's no alcohol in this fucking village.
I thought I would try it.
They just shrug. So, why have you come to see us with your rich gifts? They are good gifts, by the way.
We think
Cool
it would
stuff.
be in a mutual interest if our city and your city had an alliance where we can trade and we can help each other out in times of need and solidarity.
We would be delighted to have your people come here, and we shall send people there in order to study each other's ways.
Excellent.
Yes, you have impressed us with your thing, and your strange bowing man obviously has luck.
Yes.
So yes, we shall do this. And
one more question, King.
oh yes,
would you recognize this creature by any chance? I showed him the picture of the struggle.
that looks just like the guardian at the temple.
Yes. What temple would that be?
He points back toward the temple of Dagon that you guys had stopped outside of.
Oh, you got
earlier.
to be kidding me. Oh my God. So there's two of them.
Or it is the one from the temple.
The king has no idea.
Is it at King, or has it moved?
What?
Is it still at Temple?
We don't know. We do not go there. It eats us.
Oh.
So we
Why?
don't.
Why? I mean, the whole reason we were sent here, Alex, is because the people at Kinleysville said something was going on here. They looked like they were up to something, or they were doing something, or they were restless or something.
My colleague informed
Stirred
me.
up. They said about the lizard men seem to be stirred up, which is partly why we were sent here to see what was going on.